Well, I hate to say there's a certain scamming going on with YouTube. There's a certain amount of scamming. So I know at least some people will get really angry either way I go with this. I don't know. It will probably be the libs and the wokes or the anti-wokes and the right-wing MAGAs. But two things can be true. Is there a kind of woke, bad mind virus cult out there? Yeah, there are some people who think if you don't say gay, trans flag, free Palestine every single second, you're some alt-right, neo something or other. But two things can be true. Is there definitely a MAGA cult? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Again, how far does it go? We can question it. And let me not pause the punchline. I'm just setting up the context because I think politically, people will be confused. Well, what side are you on? I would label myself on strongly the left, but I take a lot of independent stances. So let's get right to it. I think it's fair to say both these YouTubers are controversial. One is much bigger than the other, but they're both very, very controversial. So Vaush is a pro-socialist, allegedly anti-Trump radical. Now, the anti-Trump stuff is fine, but his devotion to socialism and other causes is more questionable. And that brings us to DOA. And for those who think I'm just making stuff up or clickbait, no, they touched on the same exact topic. And in both cases, I'm going to be critical, but they kind of do have a point. So what happened? Well, basically, DOA has been disillusioned with some former allies, Nora and AuditLA. And I guess I have to provide a trigger warning because AuditLA is being glorified and deified and turned into a subject of hagiography. Look that one up. So everyone thinks she's an angel and beautiful, so perfect and gay. We can't criticize AuditLA. She's amazing. She likes Aaron. She likes Streets LA. She likes Lara. And finally, she's waking up to the evil of DOA. Oh my God, she's perfect. So AuditLA is a disabled woman who has done some pretty interesting anti-Scientology activism. Although, like a lot of these anti-Scientology activists, I'm not quite sure where they're going because alarm bells and red flags all over the place. So AuditLA sponsored an interesting small protest by getting official permits to be near the Blue Building in Los Angeles, California. And Nora, one of her supporters, is touting this as the end of Scientology. Yes, AuditLA and me, we're getting the permits, we're getting the protest. We just need to bring down Claire Headley and Amy Scobie, and then it's over for Scientology, guys. Okay, I guess. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, I've done plenty on Nora, but the short story on her, she's a very fake woke activist who loves to attack the white man for being a heterosexual white man, because being a heterosexual white man is now a crime against humanity for reasons. But you might be surprised because there are a few twists. So Scott DOA did a kind of ranting, raving, hitting on AuditLA. Now, the serious charge is that AuditLA is allowing OSA agents freely into the community. OSA is basically the equivalent of CIA in Scientology. That's a pretty alarming accusation. He's providing some evidence, but I still think it's a bit of a question mark. So is AuditLA playing dumb? Is her big tent philosophy going badly? Is she just not understanding what's happening? We don't know. So Scott was mocking her disability because she has a wheelchair. You have to use that. I think there's a right and wrong here. I don't think this is particularly healthy to do that, to mock someone's disability. I say this with a lot of personal experience because I've had this knee injury, and it's been months and months and months. And yes, I'm healing, but I am still very frightened that something's going to happen or I will collapse and go back in the hospital, which I cannot afford. So I'm a little more sensitive now than in the past about these issues. I will admit that. I will admit that. However, I'm not just being biased in front of AuditLA because she's doing some suspicious things. So DOA is charging her with being too close to OSA. That's a pretty alarming accusation. I don't think we have enough evidence, and that's where we stand. Is he really mocking disabled people? Well, David B., his supporter, says no. David B.'s wife apparently is also disabled. So he's saying, no, it's just a parody. Calm down. He's having fun. And this is a serious issue. I mean, it could be the case that good activists are being manipulated by OSA. So what makes me alarmed about AuditLA? Well, I'm going back through her lives and videos. I'm definitely sensing some red flags. So one of them is pretty out there. So This is one of her posts. This is on her official channel. I didn't seek out this info, but it's taking over my suggested videos. Great info. So what is it? Oh, it's Jordan Peterson. And it's a Peterson video that says 5 signs a narcissist is deeply suffering. Most powerful speech by Jordan Peter. Yeah. Victory mindset. So on and so forth. So I want to be careful. Did Jordan officially acknowledge this channel uploading his content? Don't know. And if you're not keeping up, you don't understand the double entendre, right? So first of all, Jordan is pro-MAGA, pro-Trump. As a leftist, I'm very suspicious of Jordan. I want to repeat myself. As a leftist, I am very wary of Jordan Peterson. However, I do hear the man. I've read some of his books. He's not stupid. He's a very interesting intellectual, but I think for the most part, he's a little overrated. So I'm not fearful that people are citing or promoting Jordan Peterson. That's not the issue. There's a double entendre at work, which she acknowledges. So for instance, in the comment section, someone's saying, watch this one as well. You damn funny, AuditLA. And she liked the comment. And then someone was like, I don't usually post my departures. It's not like it affects anything really. It's been an amazing adventure watching you for over a year. As I have posted to you many times, you are a force. You have accomplished so much. The drama is why I slowly have unfollowed others. Sadly, it's taken over. Good luck, Joe. I have no doubt you will accomplish what you set out to do. And AuditLA, she officially is responding, when attacked and slandered, I will address it. You have to do what's right for you. I wish you the best. And this is Sharona, again, agreeing with the post. That was a 32 minutes, 14 seconds definition of someone we know. It's also a great video on what to look for to having to avoid a person like this infiltrate our lives in the future. Thanks for posting this. They're talking about DOA. So, cleverly, AuditLA saying, wow, this is a really interesting Jordan video. You should watch it. Doesn't it remind you of someone? So we're going to use a pro-MAGA propagandist to attack DOA. Oh, the MAGA cult is okay now. So we're going to use propaganda from the MAGA cult because, reasons. Alrighty then. But to prove good faith, I'm going to criticize the left, which also seems to not respect boundaries. And let me be clear. I think AuditLA, if she's upset her disabilities being mocked or her family being mocked, I think that's fine. We can still be critical of AuditLA, but we should be respectful. Let me just preface that Vaush is very controversial beyond the thing I'm going to play, where I think most of his fans are like, I don't care. Yeah, I get that. But Vaush has gotten in a lot of controversial disputes over the definition of child abuse. And I want to be careful to quote him accurately. As far as I know, Vaush is basically saying the logic of, quote, stop being underage teenagers from depicting or being in graphic material. I got to leave it very vague. But it just doesn't get it. Like, why is it that we regulate child labor like this, but not here? People are saying it's so bad, but really, what harm does it do? Okay, there you go. That's his perspective. I will look more into it. It's definitely been a back and forth with Vaush fans. If he's excusing, young kids being in graphic depictions, we'll just leave it there. Okay, so that's his background. Okay, so he's going to be agreeing with this. Here is someone mocking someone disabled.
Got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now. And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot ass mess, honey. So yes.
She's so funny. Dark woke, yeah. The Republicans are themselves over this, by the way. They're all of a sudden very concerned by ableism. They're very upset.
Well, Vaush could have put in a little bit more information, but essentially Jasmine Crockett, I hope I'm getting the name right, a black female Democrat, was mocking Greg Abbott. Greg Abbott is in a wheelchair. That's what she's saying, Hot Wheels, right? Because he's in a wheelchair. And Vaush is basically applauding her. I am editing that clip slightly. It's YouTube, fair use. I got to do stuff. That was pretty disgusting, disturbing. I get Vaush's point that the hypocrisy is ridiculous. I mean, do many conservatives or right-wing radicals really care about the disabled people? Do they care about ableism? Isn't that woke? Don't they mock the Hollywood communist radicals? Like, oh, great. They're replacing my beautiful white Superman with a black, gay, Chinese disabled woman. Really? You're so in the nose. Oh, she's black and gay and Chinese. Oh, and she's in a wheelchair. Oh, my God. Yeah, I mean, it seems a little weird that the usual anti-woke radicals are like, Oh my God, they're mocking Greg Abbott. Oh my God. And Vaush is being snarky, saying, that was funny. Oh yeah, the MAGA. Oh, the MAGA loves wheelchair people now. Yeah, I really believe that. Okay. I do a lot of comedy. I'm trying to be a comedian. I'm trying to work in Hollywood. I've made that very clear numerous times. I didn't think that was a particularly funny joke. I didn't even get the punchline. I'm like, well, huh? It's like, oh, he's in a wheelchair. I will say, this kind of thing can be done. It can be done. There is actually a joke that's very similar in X-Men. That was really funny. I saw it in theaters. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I chuckled. It's not a huge laugh, but I was like, oh, that was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So, yes, can we mock disabled people? Absolutely. I think comedy should be not regulated. I think beyond a certain point, it's unregulated. Can you go too far? Yeah, sure. But I think most part, leave it up to the audience. If the audience doesn't like it, they don't have to patronize or support it. The comedian should be allowed, for the most part, to say what they please. Now, should there be limits? Of course. I don't think you should just be allowed, even as a comedian, just to say blatant untruths about someone and say, yeah, I think that guy's a PDF. I think he's doing something to his two little daughters. I'm like, but again, I'm willing to be very tolerant. Louis C.K., Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle, Norm Macdonald. I mean, Norm put out some pretty insane jokes that included jokes about children being murdered. So I'm pretty tolerant. But even I was like, whoa, that is knife edge for me. But again, Norm is not trying to hurt anyone. God rest his soul. I hope he's in a better place. I sincerely do. So I think Vaush is being disgusting. He's just playing to the anti-MAGAs. So we can have two cults. The MAGA cult, which apparently AuditLA now thinks is fine. I know Jordan's a propagandist. He works for the Daily Wire, but that DOA, I'm going to protect myself. Alrighty then. But we can also be in a cult of the anti-MAGAs where everything goes. Now, I don't think Yasmin meant the joke. Obviously, she's just playing fun. But still, was that really horrific to say? Yeah, I don't think it was a funny joke. I mean, come on. You can insult the guy. You don't have to talk about Hot Wheels. So I'm going to say both sides need to calm down. But yeah, AuditLA is doing some suspicious things. I'm going to look more into it. But I don't think posting right-wing propaganda is going to help her cause, in my humble opinion.